All right, we're going to do one more video before I have dinner tonight. Thought I'd do the J's. Now, something you should know about me is that I'm a completist, a completionist, either way. I am someone who, when I like a band, I want everything they've got. And that can be problematic for vinyl collecting for a lot of reasons. But that'll explain why. I'm going to start out with Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson, the first album I ever bought I ever got in my entire life as a kid was Michael Jackson Bad. I was born in '82. Michael Jackson Bad hit right at the right time. Loved that album. Second album that I got was Weird Al Yankovic, Even Worse. So I had to get Michael Jackson Bad. But once I got Michael Jackson Bad and I started listening to it again, I was like, gosh, I love Michael Jackson so much. I need more Michael Jackson. So a lot of the Michael Jackson stuff that's out is out on picture disc primarily. But I will tell you, these picture discs sound really good. I've heard, everyone's heard that picture discs don't sound as good. These picture discs sound great. So the first one is Off the Wall. This one, I grew up hearing some in the house. My dad had this in his cassette deck a lot. But let's see. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is on here. Rock With You. Off the Wall, obviously. Girlfriend. I Can't Help It. Yeah, so great album. Off the Wall. The next one, Thriller. Gotta have Thriller. My mom has like the regular black vinyl double LP version of Thriller, and I have the picture disc. And I love this album so much. Of course, how can you not love Thriller? Every track on there is fuego. But the one I had to have the most, Bad. I bought this at a record store in downtown Fort Worth, and I was so excited to see it that I was like, there's no way I'm not buying this. I think I got this for like my birthday or Father's Day or something last year. But yeah, I used to listen to this all night long. I would put it on until the tape ended and flip it over. Got it on CD. It's a very important album for me. Michael Jackson Bad. Then got to go with History Continues, right? So this one has some really important tracks on it, like Scream, They Don't Care About Us. I really like both of those tracks because they're some of the first times that Michael Jackson, as Michael Jackson, not as part of any other group, but on his own, was really vocal about racial inequality. And those are powerful songs. We also have him doing his cover of Come Together. We have You Are Not Alone on here. We have Childhood, which is the theme from Free Willy 2. So some great stuff on there. And then we have yeah, I was gonna say this is dangerous, right? Yeah, because there's still one that I don't have, and I'm Invincible, I think is the name of the one I don't have. Now, to be perfectly honest, after Bad, I really kind of didn't listen to new Michael Jackson for a while. But of course, I would hear the singles and love the singles. So it's been really fun to go in and explore his music again. But Dangerous has Jam on it. It has Remember the Time. It has Heal the World. It has Black or White. And of course, Dangerous. So another really great. And both History Continues and Dangerous are double picture discs. I don't think I really showed that, but they're both double picture discs. So, okay, Michael Jackson, done. Next one is Japanese Breakfast. Now, this is pretty cool. I'm going to, right there, signed to me by Michelle Zauner, which is really cool. My wife and I went to a book signing event with Michelle Zauner for her book, Crying in H Mart, which is a fantastic book if you've never read it, getting ready to be adapted to a movie. But this record really became one of my favorite records of last year. And I think it was even a little bit, it had been out for a few months by the time I got it, maybe even a year. But man, it blew me away. I love this record. I cannot remember. I'm not great at remembering if these are on black or on variants. This one's on black. Highly recommend Japanese Breakfast if you've never listened to them. I need to go back and get some of their other stuff. But really cool to have that one autographed. I love that. Jimmy Eat World Clarity. This is an album I picked up really recently. This is on black vinyl. Jimmy Eat World Clarity. I love Jimmy Eat World, and especially the sort of Clarity, Bleed American Futures kind of era. But so this one has Lucky Denver Mint, Your New Aesthetic, A Sunday. For me, this is Heaven, Blister, Goodbye Sky Harbor, Sweetness, Studio Demo. A lot of good tracks on here. There's even a couple tracks that are really kind of Christmassy, which is kind of nice. It's double LP gatefold. Got this at NTX Vinyl in the North Richland Hills Painted Tree. I really recommend that shop. They do a really good job. I mean, they don't have everything, but the little selection that they have is really well curated, and I've never gone in there and not seen 4 or 5 records that I want to pick up. So, Bleed American, absolute classic, must-own record. Definitely glad I own this. One of my favorite albums the year it came out. Listen to it nonstop. It's a gatefold, but it's a single LP. It's also on black vinyl. So this has Bleed American, A Praise Chorus, The Middle, Your House, Sweetness, Get It Faster, The Authority Song, My Sundown. So many good tracks. Gotta have that. Next one, this was one of those from my mom. So this is Elton John's Madman Across the Water. Now the case is in terrible shape. She got this from someone. The case was water damaged, but the record played perfectly. And then not long after that, she found another copy of this at another yard sale. So she kept the better one and gave me the worse one. But this one has Tiny Dancer in it, which is a fantastic track. It's how could you not love this album? It's got Leave On, yeah. So Elton John, gotta love him. Speaking of Elton John, this was for my birthday a few years back. Elton John Diamonds. This is Target exclusive, gatefold, double LP, I believe, and the vinyl is really beautiful color. If I can get it out. It's a really bright blue, which blue is my favorite color, so of course I was very excited to have that. So yeah, gotta love it. All right, next up is Jack Johnson, Brushfire Fairy Tales. Right? Yeah, I was like, tell me that's the name of the album. I thought I was right. So, Brushfire Fairy Tales, his debut record, really great album. It's on black vinyl, but this has Inaudible Melodies, Sexy Plexi, Bubble Toes. I gotta look really close because it's so small. Yeah, that's some of the tracks on there. Sorry, I can barely read it because my vision is not great and the writing is really small. But a really great album. Definitely love it. Wouldn't mind getting a few more Jack Johnson albums on vinyl. This is the only one I have right now. But I was really glad to find that when I did. Next one I got, Norah Jones. This is a very important album to me and my wife. Norah Jones from here in North Texas. Went to school in Grapevine High School, which is not far from us. Went to college at UNT, which is where I went to college, got my master's at. So Come Away With Me, 8 Grammy Awards she won on this album. This is black vinyl. This is just like the original pressing. Since then, there's been like sort of a deluxe anniversary edition. One of those that I might trade out for the deluxe edition just because I love her so much. Now, she had an album recently come out at Record Store Day. It came out first at Record Store Day, but it'll be out soon for everyone else. So very excited about that. Next one. Oh, that is weird. I didn't even realize that. But right next to Norah Jones is Joystick. And so I've had Duck, the lead singer for Joystick, on my podcast. And crazy coincidence is that he went to high school with Norah Jones. So that's kind of funny. So this is a New Orleans ska band. Maybe you'd call them ska-core. They're a little bit more aggressive than some of the other ska bands. This album is called I Can't Take It Anymore. This is a fantastic album that specifically deals with getting sober, and lots of great songs on here. Detonate is a really good one. Parallelograms, these are some of the singles. No Sleep After Brooklyn, 7675. But the album that for me is, or the song that for me is the absolute best song is Rinse and Repeat. It's such a good song, such a good video. And guys, Duck is maybe one of the best human beings that exists. So I really recommend you check out Joystick. They just re-released their previous album, the album before that, on vinyl again, repressed it. I don't have it yet, but maybe one day I'll be able to go get myself a copy. And the last one for Jays is an emo band called the Juliana Theory, Emotion is Dead. This is an unoriginal vinyl pressing. I've talked about unoriginal vinyl before. Everything they do is beautiful. It's gatefold, double LP. They worked really hard to sort of restore the art on this, which is fantastic. You can go through their like photos, and they always explain the process they went through to make a pressing, which is great. Blue vinyl again, which is, you know, again, my favorite color, so I'm always happy. Plus, it really goes with the cover artwork. Let me just make sure that the second one is also blue. Sometimes they'll do where one is one color. Yep, this one is different. This one is, let's see if I can get it. Yeah, this one is a red, which also goes with the artwork. So we got a blue and a red pressing. This is a phenomenal album. One of those albums that meant a lot to me when it came out. Into the Dark is on here. Don't Push Love Away. To the Tune of 5,000 Screaming Children is an absolutely amazing song. We're at the top of the world. And that's just side one of the first disc. So definitely recommend the Juliana Theory, Emotion is Dead. And that's the Jays.